healing of the spirit. It's getting things squared away with God and getting you in a right relationship with the Lord. And you have to get with the Lord before all the healing takes place in your body or in your character. Right? I want to read to you from Hebrews, the 4th chapter here for a minute. It says, if you hear God's voice today, the scripture says, do not be stubborn. For if Joshua, in the 8th verse of that 4th chapter of Hebrews, for if Joshua had led the people into God's rest, God would not have spoken later about another rest. You know, God's speaking to us about our health and our healing, being made whole, coming to holiness, purity. God's speaking to us about that kind of rest. And God's showing us that we can come to that kind of rest. We can come to a place where He sanctifies us and our thoughts begin to think godly thoughts, and we begin to see godly things, and we begin to rejoice in the things of God. As it is, however, there still remains for God's people a rest like God's resting on the 7th day. There's a place of victory that God keeps telling us about. It's like Danny got saved quite a while ago, but he fell. He didn't get into that rest. He didn't find the rest, and he began to find now fellowship is a place of rest, and it's important to stay in that fellowship, in that relationship. And if you don't stay in that, well, you always feel that there's something lacking, something unfulfilled. One man in his ministry was saying that he had to become like a father and mother to the people that he counseled, because God spoke to him. These people were always, after he had helped them, were always coming back for more. They were always thinking they were going to get some more from him, but he was holding himself off from them, and he wasn't able to really be released to them, and he didn't want them to be a burden on his back. He would take them so far, and then he'd try to push them off. But the more he tried to push them off and get them to be on their own, the more they clung to him. Till one day he made a commitment, and he said, Lord, if you want me to be a father to them, my wife to be a mother to them, and you want us to take them in and be a model for them, for something that they never had, maybe a real father, a real mother, then we will be that. We choose to be that. We choose to give ourselves to these people. And when they broke down that barrier, that aloftness that held him apart from them, immediately those people felt relieved. They felt released, and they felt free, and they no longer were trying to cling to him to get something from him. They really didn't need it. But God was using him to show how to cut between a person being in bondage to you. If you keep a person being obligated to you or feeling that they're going to get something more from you, they're never going to let you go. Isn't that right? And so it's important for us to come before God and know that God has set us free, that we're free, that He's our Father. But He's not holding rules and laws and demands and commands down on us. He has given Himself so utterly and completely. That's why you can come to God and feel free. And God, that's the rest that God's talking about.